First pitch, fastball, swing and a miss. Second pitch, fastball, swing and a miss. Third pitch, a nasty curveball. Strike 3, you're out. I throw 70 miles per hour. That's throwing like a girl. My name is Monet Davis. I'm 13 years old, and I represent South Philly.
About 6 years ago, I think it was 2008, late fall, the end of the season, and my 10-year-old team had just finished a game. So I was cleaning up the field, I was dragging the infield, I was on the tractor here, and then there's this little girl that I'd never seen before, and she's throwing these effortless, perfect spirals, one after another. And she's throwing them like 20 yards, and it looked like it was computer generated.
I went to my cousin Mark's baseball game, and I was there with his friends, and we were just playing football because we had nothing else to do. So we were just playing manhunt, and Coach Steve just came up to me and told me that I should try basketball and baseball.
I asked her how old she was. She said she was 7. I said, well, you know, I'm starting a new Monarchs team, 7-year-old kids. It's an all-boys team. If you'd like to join the team, I'd love to have you.
She came home, and she said, Mom, this man said call him. And she gave me Coach Steve, Van Thorwer, phone number, and I called him. And he said, you know, I just want to invite your daughter to basketball. I'm like, sure. So she started playing basketball. I knew nothing about baseball.
Tuesday night, we were starting basketball practice. We're about 5 minutes in. We're doing the 3-man weave drill. I mean, they're 7-year-olds, but we've been working on it for over a month, so the kids had it down pretty well. And Monet walked in with her mom, and I said, you know, when she walked up, I said, Monet, you don't have to do this drill. It's a little tough. You can wait till the next one. And she said, no, I'll try it. And when the first 2 groups went, I watched her eyes, and I just saw her processing everything that was going on. It came time for her to go, and she did it like she'd been doing it her whole life. And that's when I knew this kid was special.
You know, he came to me one day after she started playing and was saying, you know, this is like a gift. Like, you really have a gift.
So that first winter, when Monet joined the program, Monet had never worn a baseball glove before.
I picked up a tennis ball and threw it, but I think I did pick up a baseball before, but I wasn't really paying attention.
She pitches to me, I catch it, and I throw it back to her, and just as it's leaving my hand, I think, oh, no. She never wore a glove before, and most kids that never wore a glove will do this, and the ball will go right over the glove and hit him in the face. So I throw it back to her, and I'm cringing, and it's right by her head, and she does this. Catches it, gets right in the back of the line, like she's been wearing it her entire life. It's unbelievable. She went from playing nothing organized to having to be here 3-4 times a week. You got to be on time, you got to be here. And her mom's been tremendous, and her stepdad's, Mark, has been unbelievable.
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
What's up? What's up? All right, when I say your name, raise your hand. Mahogany. Little Mo, Maurice. Keisha.
Hey.
Karan. You here?
Yeah, I'm here.
And Monet.
I'm here.
Mark. What's up?
Right here, good.
All right, tell us what's happening.
I knew she could pitch, but I didn't know it was that serious until, you know, we've reached the Little League World Series. As we was trying to get to Little League World Series, I still didn't take it serious. I didn't even know what we was playing for.
I realized she could play 3 years ago up in Harlem.
How come you didn't tell her?
She wasn't interested.
She wasn't hearing it?
No, she wasn't interested.
Why weren't you hearing it?
Because I'm a basketball. I'm a basketball
she was
mom.
more into
I'm not a baseball mom.
What's your favorite sport?
Basketball.
Why?
Well, I've been playing basketball longer than baseball. I've been playing with my older brother since he was about 9 or 10. And I was about like 5.
I was about 10, and she was like a little bit younger than me. She used to always come over and like play basketball with me and stuff, and I noticed like she had the strength to shoot. So I'm like, all right, she good. Then we started playing around.
Yesterday, we played a game, and I had like 15 threes on them.
Wait a minute. Is this true?
I let her shoot.
Oh, he said he let you do it.
You didn't want to step up, so why not?
As good a pitcher as she is, she's a better point guard. You know, it's hard to believe, but she is. She sees and again, it's here. She sees the floor like no one I've ever had. I mean, she has a plan every time she comes down the court. She sees the court like a chessboard.
Monet is, she's excellent. She's been at Springside, Chestnut Hill since 2nd grade, and from 2nd grade to 8th grade right now, she remained making honor roll. She never, did not make honor roll. And I remember the first year she attended Springside, you had to take an IQ test at Temple to get into the school. And Monet scored so high, they let her come in May. And school was getting out next month. So they was like, we just gotta have her.
We've known each other for 6 years, and I've been her catcher the whole time.
And he knows how all my pitches work, so, I mean, it's just one of those, like, chemistries that most pitcher and catchers should have.
We don't have to exchange words to know what each other are saying. So, like, I could just make a gesture and she'll know what to do. No matter what team sport you're playing, you can't win it by yourself. Like, you can't play all 9 positions in baseball, or you can't play all 5 positions in basketball. Like, if you're on a roll, if you're, like, making all these shots in basketball, there has to be someone to pass you the ball.
We were in Rehoboth Beach 3 years ago, and she was pitching. And she pitched a complete game shutout, no hitter. And I was, like, amazed. And then we went up to Harlem for the barnstorming tour, and she picked this kid off at second base. She was playing catcher and picked this kid off, and it was like the ball shot across the field like a laser.
The velocity comes in part from just the natural whip. In her arm, and the other half of it is perfect mechanics. Her mechanics are almost flawless. And
how did that happen?
Again, a lot of it comes naturally. I like to take credit, but I can't.
Take some credit, please. Where do your mechanics come from?
Coach Steve and other coaches that helped us and teammates.
Your mental state, where does that come from when you're on the field?
God.
You tell her one thing and she does it that way the rest of her life. So she's very, very, very coachable.
I throw kind of sidearm, so it like tails away towards lefties and tails in towards righty.
I just find it amazing that they did a sports science on a 13-year-old.
Yeah, I find it, all of this is amazing to me. I mean, because I've known her so long. She's the same kid she was 2 months ago, and I'm trying to tell everybody about her. I mean, she's playing 3 sports. She's playing with the boys. She's achieving this. She's throwing 70 miles an hour.
We all watch sports science, so we went up to the team. We went to go watch, and then I popped up. I was
you know it, right?
I didn't even know what was going on. I'm like, oh my gosh.
She's something special. She comes in every day and puts the work in to be where she's at today. She's a really smart player, and she loves her craft.
I was behind the screen of the cage, so I couldn't see who was batting. And I just, bang, bang. I mean, I just hear somebody just tearing it up. And I look around the corner, and it's Monet. You know, she's in there practicing, going at it.
But Monet can hit. Like, I will put money on her against any of them boys that was in the Little League World Series. She can hit.
My name is Maurice, and my big sister is Monet Davis. I love her.
Why do you think people are saying all these good things, these great things about your sister?
Because she's the only girl pitcher that went to Williamsport with her team and strike people out.
My name's Albert Chen, and I wrote this cover story for Sports Illustrated on Monet Davis.
Just to, like, see my face on here is pretty cool, but not the face that I'm making. But it's really fun.
You like your face on the cover?
I mean, I look like a blowfish, but otherwise, it's pretty cool. I mean, you can see how much power I put into it.
I got the phone call, I think at around 5:30 on a Friday afternoon after the completion of her shutout against Nashville. By 9:30 Sunday night, I have about half the story written. But the Dragons are losing in the 9th inning. And then Zion Spearman hits the triple into the gap. He scores, the Dragons win 13-year-old Monet Davis from Springside Academy bumped Kobe Bryant, NBA MVP, off the national cover of Sports Illustrated. In 1 week, goes from a complete unknown to a curiosity in the sports world to a national sensation. I mean, that's a first in American sports.
Oh my gosh, that's pretty crazy. Like the president and his wife and his 2 children are watching me play, so I mean, it's pretty crazy, and I was actually really excited.
Monet's grounded when she's on the field, when she's off the field playing basketball. Monet is just going to remain Monet. Monet's very humble, and as you can see, nothing bothers Monet. So Monet's going to always be that respectful, polite, humble child, no matter how much this media, is attacking her or how much this media want to take pictures. That's just going to always be Monet.
When was the last time you seen her?
Today.
Yeah? You saw her today? What'd you say?
What's up, Mo?
What did she say?
What's up, Q?
She's like a big sister to all of us, and I go to our school, so I see her often.
2 boys pitching back and forth to one another. And I overhear one of them say, "I'm Monet." And the other one says, "No, I'm Monet." We all know the girls aspire to be Monet, but here are 2 boys talking about what it is to be Monet and to pitch and perform on that level. It was just so cool. I was so tickled by that.
I don't actually think about it.
No?
I mean,
You don't think about it?
No, I mean...
You're a darling of America. You don't think about that?
No, I'm not that serious. Like, for sports, we're always laughing on the bench, and if you watch any of our games, you always see one person laughing.
Well, hold on. You're not serious about sports?
Like, well, I'm serious.
You want to win, though, right?
Yes.
All right.
I'm serious, but I mean, it's not all about being serious, and it's not all about, like, being the best. I mean, you always have to laugh. Like, you're still a kid, and you're always going to laugh.
What do you do for fun?
Sleep. Sleep, or I play on my phone. Like Scott and Coach Steve, they call me Scream Face Davis.
I think that girls' identities, especially once they hit the age of 12, 13, how they see themselves is based on how others see them. The phrase, like, throw like a girl, it's based on this belief that doing anything like a girl means less than, or not as strong, or not as smart, or not as far.
I've always hated when people say you throw like a girl. Being from Philly, I'm an Eagles fan, and so we rag on the Cowboys fans and we call them the Cowgirls. I always felt like, what kind of insult is that? It's kind of a slur. That's a really sexist thing to say. So to have her do what she did, it takes away that you throw like a girl. To be weak is to be held back, to be, not going as hard or being restrained.
Monet Davis flips that whole idea on its head by showing that to throw like a girl, to be a young woman, can mean anything, and it can mean success, achievement, power, strength, courage.
The meaning of Monet, you walk around Williamsport that weekend, and it was right there. I mean, it's 13-year-old girls watching Monet. She's on the mound. She sort of tugs on her belt as if she's like a gunslinger waiting for high noon. And you don't see this kind of mound presence from a 13-year-old girl, let alone some Major League Baseball starters.
Got a little 8-year-old girl coming up in the ranks. She's tough as a nail.
Yeah?
And
what's her name?
Her name is Sophia Mir. And
she's the next one?
Potentially, if she works as hard as Monet does.
I just go out and play, and more people is like, "Oh, you inspire me to play baseball." And I'm like, just go out for it. No matter if you're a girl or boy, just go for it, because you never know what can happen.
Monet can do whatever she wants to do. I mean, she's accomplished everything she said so far. I mean, to see her, she came from a South Philadelphia public school and went to one of the best private schools around, and she's on the honor roll.
UConn.
Yes.
What position?
Point guard. I'm going to wear number 11. And after that, hopefully I go to the WNBA.
You can talk about race, you can talk about gender, you can talk about so many different things with this story. I mean, but the bottom line is, the story of Monet Davis was about a pitcher just absolutely blowing away other hitters.
Monet, we got to go. Can you hurry up?
Mom, I'll be right back. United States of America. I have a passion for sports. Every day of the week, I'm playing soccer, basketball, or baseball. This summer was the best summer of my young life. I went to the Little League World Series, attended my first LA Dodgers game, threw out the first pitch, and met the whole Dodgers team. My favorite part about the whole summer was meeting all the teams from the Little League World Series. I became the closest with the Chicago team, Jackie Robinson West. I stand for girls who want to play sports with the boys and to be a role model for people, young and old. Out of this whole journey, the best part was having my family behind me, supporting me through everything I did.
Yeah.
No matter if it was losing to the Chicago team or throwing my shutout, they were always there to support me. I throw 70 miles per hour. That's throwing like a girl. Sincerely, your daughter. My name is Monet Davis. I am 13 years old, and I represent South Philly. First pitch, fastball, swing and a miss. Second pitch, fastball, swing and a miss. Third pitch, a nasty curveball. Strike three, you're out. I throw 70 miles per hour. That's throwing like a girl. My name is Monet Davis. I'm 13 years old, and I represent South Philly.
About 6 years ago, I think it was 2008, late fall, the end of the season, and my 10-year-old team had just finished a game. So I was cleaning up the field, I was dragging the infield, I was on the tractor here, and then there's this little girl that I'd never seen before. And she's throwing these effortless, perfect spirals, one after another. And she's throwing them like 20 yards, and it looked like it was computer generated.
I went to my cousin Mark's baseball game, and I was there with his friends, and we were just playing football because we had nothing else to do. So we were just playing man